The big concern during COVID-19 pandemic is education. So, we are going to discuss about a big situation which is hampering the education as well as the prospect of life of the youth of our country. So, we are going to discuss a debate on the topic online classes during pandemic. My name is Naman Patel, playing the role of anchor on this topic. And I also want to introduce some personalities who are becoming a part of the debate. Aniket Patel, playing the role of doctor.
Hello.
Siddhant Sharma, playing the role of the teacher.
Hello.
Lingan Tripathi, playing the role of a parent.
Namaste.
Soumya Dev, playing the role of a nutritionalist.
Hello.
Saurabh Roy, playing the role of a student who is against the topic.
Hello.
Aditya Raj, playing the role of the student who is in the favor of the topic.
Hi.
So without any further delay, let's start our today's session. Let's hear what's our doctor prospect on this topic. So Mr. Aniket, you can continue.
Thank you so much, Naman, for making me to start this debate. The current COVID-19 pandemic is having a profound impact not only on people's health but also on how they learn, work and live. Among the most important challenge created by COVID-19 is how to adapt a system of education built around physical schools at its peak. More than 188 countries encompassing around 91% of enrolled learners worldwide closed their school to try to contain the spread of the virus. School closures have a very real impact on all students, but especially on the most vulnerable ones who are more likely to face additional barriers like lack of physical contact on school, as well as the work and assignment are done in online mode. And secondly, spread of infection among students due to lack of proper hygiene maintained and proper sanitation on school.
Thank you, Dr. Aniket, for giving an important view on COVID-19. I have a question. Can you suggest some way to that in which students can do their physical classes?
Very genuine question, Mr. Naman. So, my suggestion is that students can do physical classes by wearing masks and having proper quality of sanitizer, and ask the school if they are having proper sanitation facility and they are following COVID-19 protocol.
So Mr. Lincoln, being a parent, what are your views?
As a parent, I have conducted a survey regarding online class and got various views from the parents, and I found that more than half of the parents reported that they were partially satisfied with children's online learning, whereas 26% were not satisfied, and more than half of the parents experience great burden of online learning. I am in the favor of offline classes because I feel that there is no alternative to classroom teaching. It is not possible to motivate, interact and guide students without the presence of classroom. As we also have to work at home, so we cannot look after the children what actually they are doing. We also had to act as our children's home schooling tutors.
I totally agree with you, Mr. Lincoln. So my question is that, as you told, you are in the favor of online classes. What do you think if there is no online classes during pandemic? How teacher would interact with children?
Online classes are good up to some extent, but it could affect the health and the life of the children if it is used in excess limit.
Thank you, Mr. Lincoln, for your view. Now, as Mr. Lincoln has told, health is also affected during online classes. So, Mr. Aniket, can you tell some consequences faced by the student by attending online classes on a regular basis?
Nice question, Mr. Naman. The consequences faced by the students by attending online classes on a regular basis are headache, stress, anxiety, sight problem, lack of vitamin D and calcium, lack of classroom ethics, and so on.
Thank you, Aniket, for giving important information. So I request Mrs. Siddhant to give his views.
So thank you, Naman, for asking me for my views.
As online classes have been started in many colleges and schools amidst COVID-19 lockdown, so I have studied to evaluate the opinions of various teachers who conducted online classes. So we carried out a cross-sectional study using an online survey. On that survey, various questionnaires links were shared on WhatsApp groups of teachers. We found that majority of the teachers gave classes after intense preparation. The participants felt the quality of their work would have been better enhanced with information technology. One of the major reasons for favoring online classes was the opportunity it gave them to assess the content later. More than half of the teachers faced network issues and felt discouraged by the lack of interaction. 36% of the teacher opined that online classes are very poor compared with physical classes. 49% favored the continuation of online classes after the pandemic.
Sorry, Mr. Siddhant, for interrupting you in the middle now. So, let's know the view of student of Kendra Vidyalaya on this regard. So, without any further delay, let's begin with Aditya Raj, who is in the favor of online classes.
Yes, because I think online classes are great. In my opinion, it teaches people, mostly kids, responsibility by making them get up and take the initiative to go online and do the work without people having to remind or be on them for it. It's also good because there is no mandatory time for you to go in the day. You can still work and came online and do your work, and if you happen to finish early, you can actually live unlike in a real classes.
Agree with you, Raj. Now, I want Saurabh to give his views on this topic, as he is against online classes. So, I have the same question as Aditya. So, Saurabh, what are your views on online classes? Is it right or not?
Thanks for your prior recognition. I totally disagree with the points told by Mr. Aditya, as online classes are beneficial, but at school we actually move around here and there, we roam, we talk socially, we just increase our skills, and not just by sitting at a consistent period for a longer period of time like we sit in online classes, as because it leads to obesity, and the cases of obesity are rising in India very rapidly. And we not just only focus on our diets, but we lack of taking good nutrients. We lack to take proper nutrients, proper supplements. So it's totally unhealthy way to just sit at a place for a long period of time as we do in online classes.
In offline classes, the body language and eye contact, which is important clues for teacher to detect the students what they are actually doing. But in online classes, it is not possible. So my question is to Aditya, if any question is asked to any student on online mode, they are either leaving the class or answer nothing by keeping their video or audio just off. So what is your view, Aditya, on this question?
But online classes are time saving and can have flexible schedule. Students can ask doubt about at any time they want. In this modern technology, they can clarify their doubts from the teachers by making a single phone call at any time. It increases the interaction with the teachers.
As I have not seen you doing online class, only joining the class for attendance and then dozing off, putting the phone aside, or even opening other apps instead of focusing on the lecture. And if asked any question, leave the class, that's all. I agree with you, Mr. Lincoln. While taking online classes, I think that there is no interaction between the students and teachers, as if it looks that they became their own master by joining and leaving the class without any permission.
As a teacher, I give my best to teach my students, but the students are not taking it as a serious matter and they are not seeing that how deeply it is affecting their future. Now, Saurabh, I want to ask you a question. As you are against the online class, assume that you are attending offline classes during pandemic. So what precaution do you take by doing physical classes?
First, I would like to know whether the school is following the proper guidelines or not, and the staff of the school has taken COVID vaccination or not. And then by confirming, I will go to school by wearing a mask and taking a good quality of sanitizer with me, and by following the COVID protocols and maintaining social distancing and washing my hands off when touching any contaminated surface. And at last, I will interact with the teacher physically and socially to clear my doubts. So what I think, for me, offline classes are much more beneficial.
No concentration is going to be increased. Online classes only increase distraction. The students, those who are attending online classes, are not even sincere and serious in hope of online exam. As a parent, from the study perspective, I believe that my kids must go back to the classes and other activities. Okay.
As we all know that diet plays a vital role on this pandemic. On every third house, they are hiring a diet planner. So, Mr. Soumya, what's your opinion on the diet which is followed by the people?
Thank you, Mr. Naman, for asking my view. My view on this topic, the COVID-19 pandemic, has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and present and challenge to public health, food system, and the world of work. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is devastating. 10 million of people are at risk of falling into extreme poverty, while the number of undernourishment people currently estimated at nearly 690 million could increase up to 132 million by the end of the year. Without the means to earn an income during lockdown, many are unable to feed themselves and their families. For most, no income and no food, or at the best, less food and less nutrition. Therefore, the responsibility of the individual during the COVID-19 pandemic lies in making an effort to choose a healthy lifestyle. Eat diets high in fruit and vegetables, exercise during free time, try to maintain a healthy weight, and get an adequate amount of sleep. While no food or dietary supplement can prevent or cure COVID-19 infection, healthy diet are important for supporting immune system. Good nutrition can also reduce the likelihood of developing other health problems, include obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and some type of cancer.
So, Mr. Soumya, do you think nutritional status also gets affected by the students while in online classes?
Yes, it does. Although we do not have concrete evidence regarding specific dietary factors that can reduce risk of COVID-19, we do know that eating a healthy diet, being physically active, managing stress, and getting enough sleep are critical to keeping our immune system strong. In the face of current uncertainties, we also offer some strategy and resources to help maintaining some of these practices. Do what you can do, and in some cases, if you can spend some time in the kitchen or get some exercise, try to have some fun along the way. That said, the COVID-19 health crisis is creating a range of unique and individual impact from food access issue, income disruption, emotional distress, and beyond. Apart from the lack of physical activity, lack of sunlight exposure and poor diet also contribute to calcium and vitamin D deficiency. Muscle cramps, spasms, and strains are common with travel injury, bad posture when a child is having severe deficiency.
I think we all agree to each other. Does anyone have any questions or any views?
No.
Nothing, Naman.
No, Naman.
No, Naman.
No.
No.
It was nice having you all here. We came into the conclusion that online classes are better for a temporary purpose, but it won't help in the long run. Now, thank you all for joining us today. Have a nice day.